Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here, coming at you with another episode of Dark Souls, the Ironbreaker playthrough with the fattest of rolls. And today we're going to be doing the forest section. Forest is, for some reason, I keep forgetting the names of things recently. Must be because of my lack of sleep. But don't worry, I believe the name of the place is Dark Forest. But I know that there's like two different locations in there. So it's the forest and then there's the other part. We're going to go to the other part today because, I mean, I figure if I'm going to the forest, I might as well do the boring portions first, you know? And the boring portions is obviously fighting the dumb Hydra, which is something that we just have to do in order to save Dusk. And we need to save Dusk so that we can then go get the item from the Crystal Golem that will allow us to go into the DLC area. But it's Dark Root. Dark Root. So the Dark Root Garden is what I usually tend to refer to as the forest. But I think we're going to go to Dark Root Basin is the name of the place we're going to go to. Oh, there's actually a crystal lizard down here. I almost forgot. Oh, and I never came this way yet in the playthrough. It's just weird for me because usually this is one of the first things I do whenever I'm doing a Dark Souls run. The reason I usually do this first is just because it's easier to do the entirety of this. Oh, you bastard, but I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Because I have Dark Souls on an SSD and it loads up fast as a motherfucker, so I don't care. See? There you go. Spawned right on top of you. Thank you very much. We still haven't upgraded the armor. Oh man, now I'm thinking in terms of Bloodborne controls already. The reasoning behind that is because since the recording of the last episode, I got to play a preview version of Bloodborne that I can't really talk about yet, but I already made a video on it that is going to go up on TGN pretty soon after this one, I think. After this one goes up on my channel, there should be another video on Bloodborne right about to go up on TGN. It's not like there's anything terribly new to talk about. Most of the stuff has already been speculated on or whatever, but again, I can't talk about it, embargo, yada, yada, yada. But I do want to talk a little bit about Bloodborne today as we slowly make our way through here. And the reason I want to talk about that is because a lot of people have been asking me, what are my plans for Bloodborne? And I keep telling people, well, it all depends on the embargo, and that's essentially what it boils down to, because I don't know exactly when I'm going to receive my copy of Bloodborne. I'm still waiting on confirmation from PlayStation Portugal and whatnot to see when I'm actually going to get it. Now, when I do get my copy of Bloodborne, I'm probably going to receive an embargo date on it as well, which is typical when you receive a video game early. There's embargo dates, whatever, and these will differ between US and Europe. So if you see anybody, you know, like release Let's Play videos or stuff ahead of me, it's probably because the United States might have a different embargo date than Europe. Obviously, I will respect my embargo date. So, I mean, my stuff might come later than other people's simply because of that. If that is something that happens with Bloodborne, because it's not always that way. Sometimes it is global embargoes. I mean, it depends. This stuff is a little bit overly complicated, I feel, because it's like there's so many laws in place everywhere, like around the world. There are so many laws these days that are just like hampering the evolution of media, and you know, like just hampering the way that games work. Like the other day, I was looking online because I was noticing that, like, hey, there's a new game coming out this week for 3DS, and I don't have, like, my contact at Nintendo hasn't told me anything about it. Like, what's the reasoning behind that? And then I'm seeing the dates, and it says, okay, it comes out on the 13th in North America, comes out on the 15th in Europe or something like that. I was like, oh man, well, what's wrong? And then I noticed, wait a minute, comes out on the 15th of May, not the 15th of March. So, I mean, it's a game that will release in Europe 2 months after it releases in US. Now, this is something that happens a lot. Like, seriously, a lot. Like Persona 4 Golden, for instance, it was more than 2 months, if I remember correctly. It wasn't even in the same year that it released in Europe and in the States. So that's just one example among many. But basically, that might be What I'm getting at with this is that, you know, there's the reason why they do this is not because they want to. Like, publishers don't choose, like, oh, we're releasing in this region first or whatever. I mean, they want to release to, at least I think so, because that's kind of what makes sense. I want to say that they probably want to release in as many places as possible. This is the Knight Armor, by the way. We already picked up the Elite Knight Armor earlier in the game, if you guys remember, but if you want to get the Knight Armor, that's where it is. Wow, okay. I guess this Hydra is considerably weaker than the other one. Like, I knew that the Hydra was weaker, but there was nowhere it would be this weak. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I gotta hit one of the heads twice, because the damage will probably still go through. Another time. No, I don't think I hit it twice. Because sometimes, you know, you still get phantom damage in when you hit stuff like that. One, again, two. No, I don't think that counts. Because the reason I want to damage it more than once is so that I deal enough damage to kill the Hydra without having to mess around with the derpy head. But I think we're going to have to mess around with the derpy head regardless of what we do. Which is a damn shame. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, it's one of those things that I feel there's probably some kind of law involved that prevents them from releasing games in different territories or whatever, but I don't follow that kind of stuff all that attentively. It's just something I figure is probably the case. This is going to be a problem. So how am I going to deal with this? I think I'm going to just try to use the axe on it. Let me just focus a little bit on this, guys, and we'll continue this conversation. That. Yep, we got it. This actually makes the Hydra quite the, I was going to say not insignificant, but quite the irrelevant encounter. You just, like, there's no challenge anymore. If you can hit the derpy head from a distance, it's fine. So yeah, this weapon definitely has its uses. Although, I am considering another weapon for this build, by the way, which is something I haven't mentioned yet because we haven't gotten there. But once I get that next weapon, we'll see. We'll see if that will be a thing or not. This is also a weapon that I've been wanting to use on multiple builds. I never got around to it because, again, it's not really a meta weapon. It's not a weapon that I would consider to be powerful enough, and it's not particularly pretty either. But it is a weapon that I've never used, and since that's kind of the theme of this build in a way, because I want to use an axe, but I also want to use weapons that I haven't used before, so I am considering another weapon. Even if it's just, you know, one of those things where you just have two weapons and then switch between them whenever you feel like it. That might be a thing. Now, we killed a Hydra. Now all we got to do is we got to log out and log back in here, and the golden golem's going to appear. So that we can save Dusk. But yeah, on the topic of embargo, I kept talking about how there's laws in place and whatnot, and I didn't even mention anything about my plans for Bloodborne. But essentially, like I said, it all depends on the embargo and whatnot. And what's going to happen is if I get my copy and the embargo is up, which means if I can freely do whatever I want with the game, I will probably live stream it. And then I will upload the live stream to YouTube so you guys get the blind reactions, all of that, and I get to just play the game non-stop. Because when I do recordings, obviously I have to stop constantly to, you know, edit and whatever and upload and etc. etc. Whereas if I was to live stream, it's just like play the game non-stop and don't worry about it. And then I just upload stuff directly from Twitch. So, is it thou who rescueth me? Yada yada yada. Yes. Yeah, about that. Now, if I remember correctly, if we now exit the game again and reload, we should get what's its face? The Dusk's suit, whatever, set. No? I guess we have to summon her before then. Okay, we'll go summon her. But yeah, if the embargo is up, essentially I will live stream it and then upload live stream to YouTube. If the embargo is not up, then I will record it as I did for Dark Souls 2. So those are my plans right now. Things can obviously change, but it has been a question that I've seen a lot, like throughout my social networks, throughout comments on YouTube. People have asked that question quite a bit, so I thought I'd give you guys the answer here, because this is probably one of the videos that you guys are going to watch. Apart from that, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I will have to play quite a bit of Bloodborne, obviously, to understand what what the game's going to be like, what are the prospects of, you know, multiple playthroughs and whatnot. And only then I can really make a decision on how much I will be playing, what kind of builds I can do and whatnot. We already know that it's going to be much more of a light roll type of game as opposed to a heavy roll type of game. So Ironbreaker builds in there are going to be pretty damn hard. Let's just put it that way. Hello, Dusk. How you doing? So good to see ya.
I am it isn't
I shall follow thine wishes. Give me the proper bow. Do we need anything from her? I don't think we need anything from her. You got a bunch of sorceries and stuff. And also if you want to do one of those buff builds with magic buff builds, Ulysseal Ivory Catalyst is really good for that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't want to buy anything off of you. That's that. We don't have that many souls, so we're not going to be opening up the door. I mean, can you open it from the other way around? I think that might be a thing. We will find that out as we go through the forest. First, though, I would very much like to go get the Dusk outfit. Because like I said, after you summon her, I believe that you can go get it. Not 100% sure on that. I love how glitchy this thing gets. Look at this, we're barely moving. This is from the 60 FPS. But if it happens to you, just stop running and then you keep running again and you'll put yourself back in the right pace. Also another question that I've had quite a bit has been, what am I doing with Scholar of the First Sin? Well, we'll have to see when the game comes out, but I do plan on making a playthrough of it through the PlayStation 4. That is something that I want to do, but first obviously we got Bloodborne, so I'm going to prioritize Bloodborne. Once I've done at least once I have one playthrough of Bloodborne under my belt, then we will see what is going to happen in terms of Dark Souls 2, but definitely I plan on revisiting Dark Souls 2 for Scholar of the First Sin, and my plan is to do so on the PlayStation 4, so that you guys can invade me at will and do all those things. I mean, those of you that are buying it for the PlayStation 4. Crown of Dusk, antiquated dress, antiquated gloves, and antiquated skirt. Everything is antiquated, which means that, which is a clear indication that she comes from the past. She traveled to the future. She's the Michael J. Fox female version. Maybe she's Michael J. Fox's girlfriend. You know, the girl they left on the porch in Back to the Future 2. And she met Doc Emmett Brown and Ulysseal, and they all got together in a time machine and just traveled to the future to Lordran. I don't know. Coming up with completely insane theories. I don't know how she got to the future. Let's just move on. Get to the ladder. That's one big ass ladder. I would not climb that thing in real life. I would shit myself halfway up because of my scare, my fear of heights. Words just aren't my forte today. Lack of sleep, guys. I'm telling you, it will mess with your heads. Yesterday I watched Kingsman at the movies. That was great. I went out for the first time in like months. Me and my wife went out and went to the movies, and we watched Kingsman. And that was a very good use of my time, I have to say, because Kingsman's pretty cool. Definitely enjoy that movie, and I would recommend it. If you guys are wondering if Kingsman's a good movie, I would highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. But now, we're about to go back to Darkroot. And we are going to come in from an angle that is not a very kind angle. Not a very kind angle at all. But what the hell? Somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be us. So there's two places you can go in from once you get here. You can go from here, or you can go from here. Now we are going to go from this direction because there's an invisible ghost up ahead, which is a pain. There's two invisible ghosts actually up ahead, and both of them are quite the pain to deal with. So we're going to take care of them first. Wow. It actually takes 2 swings to take care of these guys. Kind of sucks. I need to go and repair my axe, by the way. Because the axe attack would be a very useful tool in this particular fight. There she is. Is it her? I don't even know. Can I climb this log, by the way? No. Hello. Oh, nice swipe. You hit absolutely nothing, sir. Nothing. I think it's this way. I'm like completely lost. Years. Well, not years, but months since I've done this particular thing that I'm about to try and do now. There she is. Hello, baby. How have you been up to? Oh, she dodged it. Nice. Clever girl. Okay, so we got the dude up ahead who is a knight. He thinks he's some tough shit, but he actually just kind of sucks. Problem is, there's also a rogue around, I think, who will backstab you and shit. So yes, that will make this a very dangerous trio. Dude, tired of you. Tired of you. Tired of your shit. Okay, one more. Thank you. I love how you blocked with that bastard sword, dude. I think it's a bastard sword. I don't think it's a claymore. I love how you blocked with that. That was the best idea you've ever had. And I don't know why you're just standing here, Pharaohs, but that was also not the best idea you've ever had. That's for damn sure. Let's pick this up. Twin Humanities as well. This is a black bow of Ferris. Paris. Not sure how you would want to pronounce that name, but regardless of how you pronounce it, it is one of the best bows in terms of dexterity. If you're making a dexterity build and you want to use a bow, this is one of the best ones. The problem with this bow, because I've done quite a few things with bows as well. As a matter of fact, I even had this character I named Dex Trinity, which was all about dexterity. So, the problem with this bow, the Black Bow of Paris, is that it is very, very slow. So this is the ideal bow if you want to shoot something from a great distance, because it's got the best in terms of shot range, which we'll see there, 65, when compared to... Oh, come on! When compared to the 50 of the longbow and the 38 of the composite bow. So this is like one of the best ranges that you can have on a bow, and it's got S scaling with dexterity without any upgrades, and this bad boy will go up to plus 15. So yeah, this is one of the best bows in terms of dexterity and range. However, if you want a bow to use at a close range, composite bow, a lot better because it's a lot faster. Like, even on my dexterity build, I tried out the composite bow, and it's just so much faster to get off shots at close range. So it all depends on what you're trying to do with your build. But this, definitely, whenever I make a dexterity build, I like having this bow because it is just a very good bow to have. It's just a solid bow, and I like it quite a bit. Although for this build, obviously, we can't do that. And we also have the fancy hat. Fancy Paris hat, which a lot of you guys will say, oh, it's like the Rurikhan hat. No, it's not. It's way too pointy. I mean, just look at how far this thing goes. It's ridiculous. It's way too pointy. Too pointy. Okay? If it was a little bit more subtle, maybe. Like this, way too pointy. Regardless, for this build, we're going to be using Giant's Head. I mean, the only piece I haven't really settled on yet is the chest piece. But regardless, we did the hard part of this section, which were these two guys. This was like the hardest part, I think, of the forest. At least as far as I can remember. So from here on out, messing around the forest becomes a lot easier. Now, one of the things that I also want to do while I'm here is, I told you guys I wanted to get the Eastern set, which is right there. At least I think that's where it is. If I can still remember where items are in this game. That's probably where the Eastern set is. Wow! Gravelord Servant? No. I guess someone killed the Gravelord Servant in here? I don't know. Something weird happened. Oh yeah, it's because I came to the Darkroot Forest while we still had the cherry mod, and now we don't have the cherry mod anymore. That's probably why these messages are happening. And you guys are being annoying. Just go ahead and die already. Okay, let's pick up a bunch of these things, because if we do end up needing Twinkling Titanite, we can go trade it with the Crow. What's his name again? I forget his name. Fluffy? Is it Fluffy? I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. names and stuff, and with the way that my memory is these days, I'm like an old man these days. My memory is just not what it used to be. Old man Rurikhan. So, let's see how this looks. That does not look bad at all, apart from the neck part. Well, that's because we're dead, though. If we're alive, I'm betting this would look a lot better. I definitely like the colors it brings. So we're going to be using this suit. Oh, and I like the lion on the shoulder there. See, this is exactly one of those things where I said I want something that brings a little bit more color to the build, and this is exactly what this does. But that's not the only armor that I want to check out. I mean, for today, it might be the only armor, but there are a couple of more armor sets. I even want to see how the Arthas? Oh my god, where the hell is my head today? Arthas. No, not Arthas Menethil. Friggin', oh man, now I even forgot his goddamn name. Artorias. I've been playing way too many Heroes of the Storm when I say Arthas and I mean to say Artorias. Artorias. God. Oh man, I can't wait to look at the comment section on this video. So many people are gonna be calling me bad things. That'll be fine. Okay, let's move on now. We're gonna get a couple of these hunters that are around here. They're going to engage on us. Look, there's the rogue dude I told you guys about. Hello. How you doing? Feeling good? You just gonna stand there? Okay. And then he dodges us. Oh man, look at them pro dodges. MLG right here. Look at him go. Dodge this. I don't care. I just don't care. Wow, you blocked that. Block this. Aw. I'm bleeding a little bit too hard though. Nice dodge. Although I didn't really mean to dodge there. I meant to do this. And I just have Sunny D right in your face as you're dying. Okay, then we have the cleric, dude. Hello. Nah, dude. Sorry. Sorry, your god has no power here. See, if you're a sun bro, it'd be different. But you're probably way of the white. Way of the white is not the way to go. It's just not the way to go. You either go sun bro, or you go home. That's what you do when you're a faith user. You go sun bro, or you go home. So, where are we in terms of people that we gotta kill? Is that an archer, or is that one of the knights? Oh no, that's the spellcaster. And that down there is the knight. I am the knight! Okay, let's go ahead, see if we can aggro the spellcaster without aggroing the knight. Though I kind of lost sight of the knight. I know that he's... There he is. Yeah, that's it. Oh, is that all he's gonna do? I'm gonna run away then. Bye! I don't feel like fighting both of you at the same time because that knight can dish out some serious punishment. Here comes the fattest of rules. Check it out, guys. Oh, the fattest of rolls strikes again. I'm sure if Unit Lost were here, they'd be like, "Oh, it's Chunks McGee, Chunks McGee." There you go. Come on now. Oh, that was it. Psh, weakling. Or as Dolph Lundgren would say in Expendables, insect. Now, I am curious to see if you can open the door from this end. I don't think you can. Yeah, I thought you didn't. For some reason, I had the idea that you could. But yeah, you have to get the key if you want to open that door. And the key for that costs 20,000 souls, which I really don't feel like spending. So yeah, at this point, we will not be getting the key. Which only makes me kind of want to just kill Sif right now, but that's not going to happen. Maybe we'll buy the key later. I don't know. That thing over there is actually just a flower, so you don't need to go get that. Now here is where you join the Hunter's Covenant.
Is it not so that thou art new?
That thou art
Thou fared well, but comest thee not for...
Yeah. Artorias is but the fabrication, yada yada yada. Sure, I'll join you. Yeah, I'll join the Hunters. Yeah, join the Hunters. Let's all be good friends and stuff. I want to join the hunters.
And here.
And the Cat Covenant ring. So essentially this is a covenant if you want to do a lot of PvP. This is a good covenant. Although, to be honest, at this point, I kind of feel that the PvP scene on the PC is kind of dead. I don't like saying stuff like this because it really saddens me. But considering that I don't remember even being invaded throughout this playthrough, yeah, I think we have to face facts. I think most people are up in Dark Souls 2. Now, what you can do here, if you want, is you can do stuff for the hunters, and eventually this dude will go down to Blighttown. You can buy stuff off of him, like the Murakumo that he's got, or an Uchigatana, or more things. You can buy stuff off of him. But I don't really care about any of that. Not for this playthrough anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill his little buddy here, the Ninja Man. Oh, I missed. Oh my god!
You sick hollow. Don't you ever come round again.
I forgot that the Murakumo did that ridiculous amount of damage. That was just pretty beast. Oh, wow. Wow, we are far away. Far, far away. And a long time ago... was it a long time? Yeah, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, man, it's going to take me a while to get back there, so I'm probably going to cut this part out. You gotta be shitting me. Okay, we're back to the forest. If you guys remember, there was a point I told you could go left or you could go in this direction. And we're going to continue on from here. Unfortunately, we fell and died because I wasn't paying attention as I was running back. So I fell and died, so we lost all the souls we had. We'll eventually be circling back to have a word with those dudes that we lost to. But right now, we're going to be having a word with them cats. Hello, kitty. I hate these cats. They're so annoying. Oh man, it's going to take a while to kill them too. Oh, guard break. Die. Next up. Come on, next kitten. Oh, they're going to throw two at once? I would much rather fight one of them at once. And the other thing is, I think they respawn, so why am I even fighting them? This is just a worthless exploit, really. It's a worthless pursuit to be fighting these cats. It's damn worthless. Oh, great. Wasn't able to lock on, so I got trampled. Did you enjoy that? Huh? Did you like it? Did you like it? Huh? You little kitty? Ah, didn't think so. Friggin' Hello Kitty wannabe cats. Come on. Come on. Give me your best shot. That wasn't it. There, so there's three of them. Hack them dead. I mean, you don't really have to. To be honest, I would actually advise people just bypass them. Just run right past them. There's an item in here that I want to get, though, and they're somewhat annoying when you try to get this item. They might get a couple of pot shots off on you, but it's a soul item anyways. It's not like it's a big deal. You don't need to come get this item. I'm just, you know, I'm just like that. I'm like, oh, get all the items, get all the things. But anyway, continuing onwards through this path, you will come across mushrooms. Tons and tons of mushrooms. Mushrooms, mushroom, 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 badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. How many people just got that song stuck in their head? That song is so bad. Like, the first time I heard it, it just got stuck in my head for like hours. So annoying. Nope, thank you. Fattest of rolls right there. Oof. That punch. Look at the stamina damage on that thing. It's like friggin' Mike Tyson if he was a mushroom. If Mike Tyson did mushrooms, it would be these ones. Gold pine resin. So if you want to farm yourself some gold pine resin. Hello. these big guys are the ones that you want to be killing. Now, there's another big guy over there by the chest. You guys are wondering, oh, this would be a pretty important chest. Not really. It's got the divine enchantment in there, so if you want to make divine weapons, divine ember even. So if you want to make divine weapons, you're going to have to get it. But we just got like the super divine enchantment, ember, whatever. And yes, there's 2 of them. There's one to upgrade your weapons all the way to +5, and then there's another one to upgrade your weapons all the way to +10. This one is the way that takes your weapons up to +5. Actually, this is the enchanted ember. Why I thought it was the divine? Oh yeah, the divine ember is after the butterfly. Did we kill the butterfly? I think we killed the butterfly. I'm not sure. It should be easy to see. I mean, if we have the enchanted ember, we killed the butterfly. If we don't have it, though, we didn't. So let's see. We have the embers of large divine ember, enchanted ember, large flame ember, crystal ember, very large ember. No, we did not kill the moonlight butterfly. So we got to go do that as well. I almost forgot. Almost forgot about it. We'll get it done. Don't worry about it. But for now, we got ourselves 8,000 souls. There's not really a whole lot left to pick up here, apart from the armor of the... I don't even remember what you call this armor. Stone Guardian armor? Probably that. But there's that armor. So in case you guys are wondering where we are right now, this is the place where you encountered the cat. So if you guys look back there... Oh, why is the cat not there? I guess the game doesn't load that far, but that's the window where the cat is. Regardless, here we go. Stone armor. I'm also curious about that one. Curious to see how that one looks. Let's see. Stone armor. That looks badass if it wasn't green. If it wasn't like chuck full of green. Look at that. That is badass. It's got badass written all over it too. I mean, can't you see? Right there in the butt cheek. It says bad on your left butt cheek and it says ass on the right butt cheek. It's perfect. Badass. Badass. Now, what's going to happen is all these hunters are going to attack us on sight. Because we did attack good old Shiva over there. Shiva of the East. Now I'm stuck here. This is bad. Oh, here we go. There we go. Wow. Shooting flames and everything at me. No, thank you. I wasn't aware that one of these guys did pyromancies. Is it the ninja? Yeah, it's the ninja.
Turning our Earth from the very start. Have a look at my sword.
There goes your little ninja friend. He's dead. How does that make you feel? I don't want to fight that Murakumo again, dude. That is very painful. Wow, he's really into this. Can you hear his voice? Like, yeah, yeah.
You poor fool.
You poor fool. I'll be able to run just wherever the hell I goddamn please. Thank you very much. There's a Murakumo if that is something you want to go after. There's the Darkwood Grain Ring. Now, Darkwood Grain Ring used to be ridiculously overpowered. Now, not so much. If you guys are curious about what the Darkwood Grain Ring used to do, used to make you roll like this. Look at that. Look at that roll. Ninja roll. It's like the fastest of rolls you can possibly have. However, you have to stay below 50% at all times. And that obviously is a problem for this build because we're not going to be staying below 50% at all times. We're going to be staying above 50, actually below 25%. We're going to be staying above at all times. Where the hell are these Giants leggings? Go. Oh wow, me and organizing my inventory, guys. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. Give me the shield I want, please. Pretty please, pretty please. And now we need the axe. There we go. Okay, I think we got everything, right? Yeah, we got everything, and I think we got everything that we could possibly get from the forest. Now, obviously, after all this, I mean, we can't allow her to live. She's got to go. That's all you want. I killed you. I killed you.
What a wretched fool we have.
Whatever. Okay, but in regards to anything else, I don't really remember there being anything else in the forest. So, pretty much done with the forest. Next up, we have to go back to Duke's. I'm going to do that off camera because it's really pointless. I mean, you guys saw when I killed the golem and I said, this guy dropped something important. Like the very first episode where we did Duke's. There was like a blue golem there. That's the golem I'm going to go kill. I'm going to go do that off camera because it's, you know, it's just I have to go all the way to Duke's, kill him, come back. But after that, we will be doing... Actually, we should do Moonlight Butterfly. Now that I think about it. We should just go do Moonlight Butterfly right before we're done here. So we are going to warp. I think there's a dark route. Isn't there a dark route warp thing? No. Wow. I thought you could warp directly there. Oh, man. We're going to have to walk again. We're going to have to walk all the way to the Moonlight Butterfly. Well, might as well summon if we're doing that. So, let's do Twin Humanities. This episode's going to go a little bit longer than I planned, but we'll be fine. Now, the reason why I burned so many humanities there is because, I mean, if I'm reverse hollowing, I might as well reverse hollow all the way. I don't like leaving things in half, so... The other thing that I need to get into the habit of doing, which people actually called me out on it, is I need to get into the habit of repairing my axe. But you see, here's the thing. The reason why I don't usually repair my stuff is because Dark Souls 2 kind of moves away from that. Essentially, because in Dark Souls 2 you have the durability of the weapons and whatnot, so it's like every time you rest, it automatically repairs stuff, and I've played so much Dark Souls 2 that essentially my brain has just become trained for that. These games are a lot about muscle memory, which is why I kind of feel I'm going to die a lot of times in Bloodborne simply because of, you know, friggin' memory. Did I say blood memory? Muscle memory. If I said blood memory, I meant to say muscle memory. But yeah, like the muscle memory in Dark Souls is real, particularly like in Dark Souls 2 because I played so much of Dark Souls 2. Even off camera, I kept playing Dark Souls 2 repeatedly, and I just got used to the fact that every time I sit at a bonfire, my stuff repairs, so I don't have to worry about it. And now, obviously, coming back to Dark Souls 1, particularly with a weapon like this, I have to constantly repair my stuff. Otherwise, it doesn't get repaired and I can't use my special. Which I plan on using to kill the Moonlight Butterfly. Some more moss clumps. Again, like I said, these are useful because if we happen to need Twinkling Titanite, which I'm pretty sure we eventually will need a ton of it whenever I decide to upgrade my armor. We are probably going to trade these off at the pro dude. So yeah. Now, let's just get rid of the Moonlight Butterfly. And the reason I wanted to get alive is because we can actually summon... What's her name again? Witch something? Beatrice? Beatrice the Witch. And that's what we'll do. That also allows me to show you guys exactly where the first Divine Ember is, which I thought I already did, because usually I do these bosses in the forest, like it's one of the first things I do. Now I wonder, do we have a bunch? No, we don't. Okay, so we no longer have the Grave Lord status. I'm going to pick up the item and ignore these dudes. I'm just going to make a run to the Moonlight Butterfly. I think we picked up everything apart from the Partisan, because last time there were so many things in here that we were just like, oh, running to the Partisan seems like a real bad idea. But I'll do it today, because why the hell not? Screw this thing. Screw this guy. And give me the Partisan. Partisan is an interesting spear, because it's essentially a spear that has slashing attacks. No, it's got like horizontal slices and whatnot. Which is weird, because usually spears don't have that kind of stuff. Now let's move on. get Beatrice up. Not that we need to get Beatrice up, but it will allow me to show you guys where you can summon Beatrice later on. Which Beatrice? Oh, I missed. Oh my god. That was atrocious. Oh, you do that. You do that, sir. You do that. I win. Phantom Witch Beatrice. Summon. Come on, Beatrice. Let's go beat up the butterfly. I'm pretty sure that Beatrice can solo the damn thing. Not that I needed to summon her, but makes things interesting. Like, I'll just let Beatrice do all the fighting. Go on, Beatrice. Beat the crap out of that butterfly. Pew. Wow, nice shot. Nice shot. Do it again. Oh, I forgot I have to actually dodge stuff while this is going on. Wow, Beatrice, you're just on your game today. Look at you. Oh, thank you. Chunk. 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 I don't care. I do what I want. Yep, that's the Moonlight Butterfly. And after the Moonlight Butterfly is when you get the Divine Ember. That's 10,000 souls, which still doesn't make up for the fact that I lost like 40,000 souls because I wasn't paying attention. I mean, one would think that I would have learned my lesson by now with Souls games. Whenever you're paying attention, it doesn't matter how many times you've played the damn thing. If you stop paying attention, you die. It's that simple. So I died to friggin' gravity, because gravity is overpowered. Ask Peeve, he knows all about it. And here's the Divine Ember, as well as the Watchtower basement key. And a Homeward Bone. Thank you. The Homeward Bone's definitely going to come in handy. Anyway, guys, next episode we will be going to the Painted World. And in between then, I'm going to go back to Duke's Archives and get the item that we need so that after Painted World we can go and get we can go back to the past. We're going to go back in time. So leave me all your comments, feedback, all the kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.